Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Desperate Measures. Our party is leaving Mirren Lake, heading to Tassel. Actually, you've arrived in Tassel. That's
Perfect.
it. On the 16th of February, 1512. You're in Tassel.
All right,
should-
well, we need to sell this shit so we can pay our money.
Yeah, let's go talk with Mr. Garrett for the stuff. Tell him about what we found. Tell Fizzib about what we found. Maybe Fizzib will know more about what's happening around Stromheim. But maybe not.
Well, we want to do him first, then we can do Garrett last. If he gives us any
Perhaps.
money from Fizzim, we might as well know it while we're at Garrett's.
Mr. Ebner, do you feel comfortable being able to draw that sigil that we saw?
Oh, yeah, I could draw a sigil.
Okay.
Right, so yeah, we'll go find Fizzib.
You find Fizzib. He is busy talking with one of these other people, and you can hear the voices are getting kind of loud as they chat. Heated, yeah. Fizzib, apparently, what you can overhear, has offered this guy a silver for this creature that he brought back, and the guy is saying, no, the creature's definitely worth at least 10 silver. Come on, give it up. And Fizzib's like, one silver was generous enough. And the other guy's getting irritated. He really feels like he's getting screwed here. When you see him reach for a dagger at his side, and the two of them will roll off on initiative. Fizzib winning initiative handily with a 5 versus this guy's 8 after weapon speed. And you see 3 shiny flashes of light leave Fizzib's hand. Woo! We'll just have to re-roll that one. 2, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, and they will strike the guy who went for his dagger, hitting him twice in the chest, once in the leg. The guy collapses to his knees and falls to the ground, dead. The man's companions nearby get to their feet quickly, grab their weapons, and...
Well,
do you guys want to
this-
intervene, or are you gonna...
Oh yeah, at this point,
Yeah.
I'll jump in now. Now hold on. What the hell do you think y'all are doing?
let's calm down.
They stalk over towards Fizzib, threatening but not, assaulting. And you see
Okay.
Fizzib has his hand in a pouch, and he pulls out something, and he just holds it in his fingers and stares at these guys with sort of a wicked grin, rubbing some sort of black, sticky substance between his fingers.
Let's just calm down here. No, nothing more needs
Now,
to go.
gentlemen, there is no need for this kind of behavior. We're all in this together.
You see him?
Can I cast
He
darkness
just killed
on
Bart. Who do you want to cast
Bart
darkness on?
just threatened his
him?
life.
Not Fizzib. A circle like around the two guys, kind of.
Sure. Now, here's the interesting about spell casting.
Yep.
When someone casts a spell, you don't really know what they're casting or who they're targeting.
Correct.
So if you start casting a spell, it's possible that Fizzib might think you're casting at him.
I would assume
or-
Fizzib is...
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm going to cast it because I would assume that Fizzib is kind of like focused on the other two people, and he's got the thing in his hand, and he's like showing them that or whatever.
All right, so you're just gonna cast it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. That's what he said. Yeah, fuck it.
I'm cool with Fizzib. Fizzib knows I'm a good guy.
What's your? Do you have a reaction adjust on your charisma?
I don't know where that would be.
Basic.
Under basic tab.
Charisma.
Charisma, far
What's-
right.
Nope, I don't. 0.
Yeah.
No reaction adjust. Okay.
Vaughn's just gripping his sledgehammer, looking at all this go on, and just kind of waiting.
Your darkness spell goes off, plunging those 3 figures into pitch darkness. It sort of startles Fizzib. He's taken a little bit unaware, and he begins to chant the words to a spell as well. What are the rest of you doing?
I'll pull out my shield and spear and stand in front of him,
I'm gonna back
like
up.
facing the guys.
Okay, with your back to Fizzib. You know, like
my back
in a
to
guarding position.
Like guarding him, yeah.
Yep. That's the same thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my sledgehammer and just sort of stand in front of him.
I'll
Back to Fizzip.
yell out, "Run away! Don't mess with Fizzip. He's our friend."
All right. Fizzib finishes chanting a spell. And how does this work? Oh god, there's multiple ways. He produces these small globes of fire which begin to rain down in that area where
shit.
those people are. Just like lots of like little small globes that scatter in and amongst them. How does this work? Each of which bursts into a 1 foot diameter sphere upon impact and doing this much damage. Meters are treated as missiles hurled by the wizard with a +2 bonus attack rolls and no penalty for range. Okay, so he can't see exactly where they are, but he will throw them. So +2 to hit, then -4 for it being dark, and he will chuck a bunch of them into that darkness, and that will be a miss, hit. So 2 of them will hit creatures, people. Can't find my D4s. Exploding for damage. And you can hear like cries of people being burned on the inside of the darkness area, and they're bits of shrieks and whatnot. And Fizzib stops at the end of that and kind of rests a hand on your back, Jeb. The people inside the darkness scream, and all of a sudden the darkness starts moving because you can... Actually, hold on. Were you creating light in an area or on a... were you creating darkness in an area or on a person?
I would have been creating it like in that area,
Okay.
not on a person, correct?
Cool. The people burst out of the darkness. One of them's got his hair on fire and his clothes sort of burned. The others dive to the ground and just cover their heads and hold low. The one person who's burning stumbles around until he just kind of
I'll
stops.
put my spear to the ones on the ground.
Okay. They stop their actions.
If they're still
picked the
burning,
wrong-
like, I'll
No, the one burning
put out
guy
the fire.
he's
yeah. But if the others, if their shit's on fire, like, put it out and then, like, stand over them.
Yep.
You picked the wrong wizard to mess with today, fellas.
What do you want to do with him, Fizzib? You want to let him go?
He walks over to one and squats down on his haunches and looks the guy in the eyes. And says, no, they're fine. They won't try this again. Would you? And he gets back up and heads back over to his little area.
I'll go pick up the weapons on the ground. I'm guessing that they would have dropped them at least.
Yeah, there's 2 dead. One of them had a mace, and the other one was going for a dagger before he died.
Just hold on to those.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can add a mace and a dagger to your character sheet. And then he looks back to the rest of you. Well, hello?
Miss Fizzard, we found something interesting on our way to Stromheim.
Do tell.
Mr. Ebner, if you'd care to reproduce
Well-
that sigil we found.
Stromheim seems to be under siege, and I will draw the symbol and show him that. And it looked to be like from these Bannermen. If you know anything about them.
A minor noble house from beyond Stromheim.
A minor noble house?
You know the name?
Vicious?
Never heard of the guy.
Well, I mean, minor noble. But you sure he's a minor noble?
He had a lot of men.
A lot of sieging an entire city. I've never seen walls so high.
Well,
Now, that's not saying much, but I've never seen walls so high.
politically minor. Technically a count, so owns a large tract of land, but he's never been one to get involved and is known as a laissez-faire sort of man. Perhaps
seems-
he has passed on and his son or daughter is different.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Were there like catapults or trebuchets outside the wall, or was it just like horses?
Nope.
Nope.
Actually, not a single siege weapon.
I mean, I wouldn't know
Maybe they were
anything
just
about siege
defending the
weapons.
city. I don't know. Maybe they already took it over.
Yeah. I probably wouldn't either.
I don't know, but why would you defend a city from the outside with walls like that?
They could have just been starving it out and just waiting instead of breaking down the walls. There's different ways to siege a city.
True.
Oh, that is probably what they're doing, is starving them out.
Was the door? I'm guessing the door to Stromheim was closed. The big gate. Okay. The door was closed, so I'd assume they ain't too friendly with them.
I suppose.
Well, it seems like the noble house is trying to become a big name in
Okay.
Arizona.
Mr. Fizzib, how much do you know about wildlife behaviors, specifically bats? Before we got in the area, we were attacked by a large number of rather large bats. I've never had any encounters with bats myself, but that seemed rather odd for them to be swarming around people the way they did.
Unusual, but not unprecedented.
Okay.
Sometimes bats contract a terrible curse that drives them mad. They start to foam at the mouth, and their bite, well, it's guaranteed to be lethal.
Well,
Given
don't think
time. It'll take a month or
don't
so to
think
kill a
any-
man.
As Jebediah is talking to him, can I loot the two dead guys for money and stuff?
You can loot the one that was next to Fizzib. The other one that was near the darkness, his friends have already collected his body, and they're gathered on the far side of camp, looking towards you and Fizzib, and the other body that's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll loot him up. Does he have anything of note?
Yeah, he's got 50 copper and 7 silver on him.
I'll hand it to Jebediah, our master of coin.
Nice.
I'll give.
And I guess. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll give 4 of that silver to Fizzib.
Okay.
I appreciate the good business we've had and the information you've been sharing with us. And I'm sure this man does not have need for it anymore.
Certainly. He pockets
Right.
it.
By any chance, Fizzib, would you know of any cities where, we're having a kind of a currency crisis over here where gold is equal to 10 copper, and in most other places, a gold is 100 copper. Do you know of any cities we can exchange that for? Tried to go to Stromheim to do that. Thought it was a big idea, but now it's under siege. Got any idea?
He shakes his head. If I knew, I wouldn't be here.
Makes
point.
sense.
Fair point.
You ever head out any further east?
Further east? Oh, I've gotten maybe halfway across the Tether Wilds before I've had to turn back.
You wouldn't happen to have mapped out the area, would you?
Rolling hills as far as the eye can see. Not much to map out.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
I got one question for you, Mr. Fizzib. That creature that we brought in a few days ago,
The ugly one. The head of a
the
badger.
other one. Exactly, that one. Number one thing, what is that thing's name? And number two, you didn't really take too much from it, but is there anything valuable if we were to come across one of those things in the future that you would take from it, that you would need?
Well, as I understand it, that thing is called a Lacroda. And they
Lacroda.
are hideous and typically stanky beasts. That,
These two couldn't
one-
stop puking.
That one was quite stanky. Absolutely.
Yeah. They mimic the cries and sounds of other creatures.
Did that well?
They've got a nasty bite.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, we can attest to that.
I don't think there's much of them useful. Once upon a time I read that their hide can be used for boots of striding and springing, but I don't believe it. Not one bit.
Well,
I
if you ever
think
want to,
that's a load of crap.
I mean, we did bring you a hide. If you ever want to try to disprove that.
Well, I appreciate that. But boots of striding and springing are well beyond my abilities to create.
Appreciate that, Mr. Fizzle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sir, you have a good day now.
You too.
And we'll go and see Mr. Garrett.
All right, you find Mr. Garrett. He was watching all of this stuff happen from his point of view, which is, over a little ways. He's got his weapons out on the table like he always does, and he sees you come on over.
So it's pretty much as long as it doesn't interfere with me.
Yeah, it was that sort of like, whatever, it's not bothering me. You guys can kill each other all you want. Seems
How
like
are you this fine day, Mr. Garrett?
Oh, I'm good. Fine. Seems like a bit of a mess you guys got yourselves into.
Got you some weapons now. Put a mason dagger on the table.
All right. He will buy them from you.
Perfect.
Which gives really dirty looks from his buddies. Mace
I'll point over to them
dagger.
and say, maybe they want to buy it back. Maybe get it for a good price for them.
That's their prerogative. $750, and he will mark it down, I guess. This is money that you are leaving in his ledger, right? You're not carrying around all this stuff? Perfect. Okay.
Correct.
So put another 750 copper in the ledger.
Yep. Boys, we got 40.5 gold.
Sounds
Will
like
we
progress
use
to me.
ledger money to get silver and use ledger money to pay him off, or do we need the actual silver coins?
You need actual silver and gold
Actual
coins.
silver coins.
Yeah.
Which we do have some. Mr. Garrett, in our travels, remember how a couple weeks ago we brought you a gem? Well, this time we have found this wonderful amulet here.
Takes a look at it. Turns it over. Feels its weight. He shrugs. I don't know. I can give you 5 gold and a silver for it. It's about all it's worth to me.
That is most unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this is going to be a tough month. Even that crystal there isn't worth enough.
Looks at it. I don't know. It's quartz, it looks like. Maybe 5 gold, 2 silver.
That's better than nothing.
Maybe we'll hold on to it.
Maybe we'll hold on to it for another time. Now, that sorry news aside, I have to show you this wonderful pelt that I have found and managed to bring for you. This is a creature I have never seen back home, and I'm sure you will be able to fetch a most wonderful price for it back home. And I'll pull out the hyena hide.
He blinks at it a few times. Uh-huh.
Now, what do you think you could get for this back home? Have you ever seen something like this creature from back
Oh,
home?
yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, they run rampant around these parts. They're called
Motherfucker.
hyenas. They're who distantly related to dogs and cats. They howl and yip and sort of have a laugh about them when they talk amongst themselves.
Back home in Mistria?
No,
We have this.
no.
Oh.
Here in Eridon.
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, I agree.
Well, he muses over it, thinks about it. I've never actually seen any hyena cloth anything. Do people use hyena fur?
Oh, all the time.
I don't know, but someone rich probably would. Like, hey, look at this fur that I have that you don't.
Antiques Roadshow
Locations where
Mouton
it's
over
like
here.
around, yeah, for sure. I mean, we just don't have a lot of hyenas in America. It's kind of the problem. But
That's
I mean, Africa
true.
they do.
How do you spell hyena? Is it
H-Y-E.
Y? I thought it was
H-Y-E.
H-Y-E. Okay, there's just nothing on this page that comes up with hyena. Hold on. I'm searching Safari Works Decor. No, Safari Works taxidermymysales.com for hyena.
Well, I don't know. Can you still
Related
kill
products.
hyenas? Are they endangered or anything?
Probably not.
I don't
They're probably
know.
not endangered, I feel like.
In
I mean,
World
you
of
never know.
Warcraft, you can make a hyena hide jerkin, or you can get one.
Oh, all their hyena hides were sold already. Oh,
that
no.
means they're in high demand.
Oh, here we
Yeah.
go. It had a price. Yeah, he rubs his chin and looks at it and is like, I can give you 1,000 copper for that thing.
1,000 copper.
1,000 copper.
Well, Mr. Garrett, as you see, this is a pristine hide. Would you be able to do 1,100 since we don't haggle with you too often?
I'll pull Ebner aside. I'm like, Mr. Ebner, if we could convince him to buy it for coins, like silver and gold, I think that would be worth far more than the extra 100 copper.
Yeah, let's try. You try that. You seem like the charismatic.
I'm a little short on copper, Mr. Dwarf.
It's fine. It's fine. 1,000 is certainly a fair price. I was just wondering if you would be willing to pay for it in silver or gold coins. I just want to know.
Would that I could, son.
You would that you could.
Would that I could.
I understand.
1,000 copper sounds mad and fine.
Do you need to buy any supplies?
How much are we at in total towards our? So how much do we have in copper, and how much do we have?
We have 65 coins.
And it's what?
65, and that'd be 72 if we sold him the amulet.
What's the day?
Yeah.
We have 12 days left.
Sounds like we're gonna go to the Minotaur.
Sounds like
Yeah.
he's gonna go to the
Yeah.
Minotaur.
I think so.
Yep.
Does anyone selling?
Gonna have
Is
to.
anyone selling horses in this area?
No,
No, we
not a single one.
didn't think so.
Nope.
Shit.
Figured I'd ask. Shit.
Well, we got time.
Alright, so yeah, we'll sell them for the
Keep
1,000.
the amulet.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
It is getting late in the month. If you're gonna get enough gold and silver, you're gonna have to hit a good haul pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping that amulet would be worth more.
Well, it is, but like even
very
going up between like a gold and a silver, that makes no difference to us unless it's all paid in silver.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
gonna be really good craftsmanship when we sell it. Hopefully it'll be like worth 100 gold, but we'll get it
Sure.
over.
So we're going to keep the amulet then.
yeah.
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did the amulet have any seals on it or sigils or anything? It was just an amulet.
Just a quartz amulet with quartz.
Just
The
a quartz
shiny
amulet,
tree,
yeah.
Just sports amulet. Okay.
It doesn't
Yep.
make any difference to Scoria if we're 10 gold short
Oh,
or
yeah.
one of your.
Probably would.
All right.
If we're like 1 short versus being 10 short versus being 20 short, like, is there like a. I'm just curious.
I mean, I don't think you have any evidence to support any of these options.
Yeah,
All you
you're
know
right.
is that some
You're right.
people didn't pay their shit and they got sacked, and other people paid
Sure.
their shit and didn't.
That's. Yeah.
You
makes
can
sense.
go ahead and play with fire if you want, though. Why don't you see
Yeah,
how
no,
close to
thanks.
that edge you can really get?
That's not.
I think
Um,
I think we just head south to the Minotaur quickly. We just go.
Yeah.
I think we need to go to
absolutely.
that Minotaur. Before we go, does he have any shields that are worth or have more AC than 2?
No, that's going to be the AC of all shields, just for
All right, and we all
convenience
have
sake.
armor, so we've all got.
Oh wait, I never got
3-8.
to add my armor to my AC.
Yeah.
Oh,
plus
lovely.
3.
Well, let's do that right now then.
Yeah, plus 3 from that. Shit, we might as well just start buying food.
Ebner, you
What
got
did
leather
we
armor, right?
Yep.
How much did you say it was? 60 copper per rations?
60 copper per ration.
All right,
Yeah.
so 3 days is going to be 12. So that'll be 720.
And you should have had 2 left over from the Lacrota's loot, or the Kobold's loot.
And I kept the hatchet and the short sword. I meant to ask you, what was the weight again?
Oh, hold on. Let me just add the leather armor, and I'll tell you those things.
Thank you.
Leather armor, weight is 15. Value is 1,000. The weight of a hatchet is 3. And what was the other one? The short sword? 3 as well.
So they're both 3 pounds?
Yeah, they're both 3 pounds. The short sword is surprisingly light because it's quite thin, and the hatchet's nice and, it's a
Heavy.
smaller chunk, but it's the same size chunk, but it's condensed into a smaller. It's the same volume. What do you say? A smaller dimensioned box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not encumbered.
Yeah.
Well, that matters. I can get rid of my. Can I get rid of my robe then?
Yeah, you can. Well, you're gonna need clothes, right?
Yeah, you're right.
You can't be naked
Yeah.
under your armor.
could
It
be.
would chafe. You'd get. I mean, we'd have to roll for like nipple chafing and butt blisters.
All right, I don't need to do that.
Butt blisters.
Yeah.
Best kind of rolls.
Yep.
True constitution checks.
Yep. All right. On to the Minotaur. Did you guys leave the same day?
Oh, definitely. After we buy, let's see, it's going to be 720 for 3 days worth of rations. We have 5,000. So what would you guys say? 9 days, just so I can make this math easy.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
So that'd be 2160.
Cool.
All right.
That'll work.
And then where are you going? This is a big area. How are you going to find the Minotaur in this big area?
I think it's on the north side somewhere, right? She said because everyone always runs into the Minotaur before they run into Hagatha. So we ran into her like in the middle-ish, right? So we just need to do the north side.
The side
Yeah, we
over
ran
here?
into her. Yeah, because we ran into her first because we were coming from Pittsburgh, if I remember correctly. We were in Pittsburgh first, and then we went north, so we came up through the south. And if she says that the Minotaur is somewhere north, then yeah, it would make more sense to you want to encounter the Minotaur. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys are going to do something like this then?
Yeah,
Vaguely.
I would say, right?
Okay.
Or do we want to come in from like more low and then come across? Instead of starting in the middle, we start on like the low side and go across the north.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. There's a little
Excellent.
bit more hills that way, but yeah, sure. I don't know if it makes a
Cool.
difference, but
Okay. Well, you will leave town that day, no problem, and set out across the open plain. Alright. Change our tracks. And off you go. You've already traveled for part of the day, so you only get a half day travel or maybe 3/4 day travel to here. And that is 17th. And then the next day, you're coming in through this direction, right? That was the way?
Just like up, yeah.
Yeah.
yep. In and then up, yeah.
So you can get to about there. And our encounter... No encounters there. And your next day, you push into the bogs and the swamps and the wetlands. Now, in the past, you've had problems here with giant leeches. Leeches 2 feet long, you know? How I take it because of this, you're going to try to be avoiding crossing any sort of water.
Yeah.
be correct.
well, yep.
All right. Your first day in the woods is uneventful. There's not much going on here.
Okay.
Right background. That's the right background. All right. You don't see much. You just kind of wander through the swamp for a day or so, trying to find a minotaur. What does a minotaur's lair look like on the
labyrinth.
outside?
We were total labyrinth, yeah.
No, it looked like a big
I'd
old
assume
maze.
it'd look like a bunch of
What's
hedges.
a maze look like on the outside? Oh, hedges?
Yeah. Hedges, walls.
Just lots of trees and walls, yeah.
Bunch of trees close together, stuff that looks like walls.
Might be
Yeah.
like a big thicket of thorns.
Would we have been able to?
I would
dole
imagine it
out,
has an inviting entrance because it wants people to go into its maze, so it probably looks pretty good at a big hole in it.
Yeah.
Would we have, before we, I guess, left for our journey, have been able to dole out XP to see if we could level before we did this?
Nope. Nope, but we might level right on the edge of it.
It's fine.
All right,
I mean,
your
I don't know what
second
else you think
day.
of it like unnatural.
Also, Neal, because I'm assuming that minotaurs, being like cow people, have hooves, I'm going to be on the lookout for any sort of thing that would look like a cow ran through here, whether that be actual cow prints or large amounts of
What
shrubbery
about
being eaten
a
away.
cut down tree that looks like it's been chopped down by an axe?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I'll take
well, you
that.
come across one of those.
guys, I think we might be in the right area. I don't know of any people that live here, and I don't think that lady would be cutting down trees like this on her own.
Yeah, well, we know Pittsburgh didn't have no people in it, so
Yeah.
I agree.
At most, we might find the orcs.
Orcs.
You never know. Someone could have just come through. Let's keep looking around and see if there's anything else.
Let's look for more trees like this. Actually, better idea. Can I see where this tree was dragged?
Yes.
Because that would leave a very telling tale.
It does. It leaves a fairly large trail mark, and it looks like it's been dragged, not just like chopped up on the spot. The drag marks follow along some dry land for a little while until it goes into a section of water and beelines across the water, maybe 50 feet or so, where you can see it undrags or drags out on the other side.
Is there a way to go around this water?
Not immediately visible. You could try searching out either side. You could easily spend a few hours searching for a way around, even if there's not one to be found.
All right, boys. I don't want to go through the water. Do we want to spend 3 hours looking for a way around?
I would
Well-
suggest that we do, because last time I came here, those 2-foot-long leeches, they do take a lot out of you. And if we're going to be fighting a minotaur, I
Fair
wouldn't
enough.
want to be going into fighting a minotaur with anything less than my full capacities about me.
Yeah,
I
let's take a look around. Doesn't hurt to look. If we got to go through, we got to go through, but I'd rather not. Much rather not. Highly much rather not.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's look.
Yep.
Let's go around. That trail ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
All right. You guys try and find another way around. You walk for a ways until you come across another felled tree.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Dragged across the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, this one is also dragged right across the water.
All right, well, we're going in some direction, whether away or towards. No way to know.
I think we're going away because it's getting dragged across the water. We just haven't found a way across the water yet without going through it.
Well, hopefully there's a real narrow spot or we find a place to cross here pretty soon.
If we do have to cross, what do you think is a good threshold? 20 feet? 15 feet?
About 2 feet would be my preference,
About
but
2
I guess as short as it gets.
Maybe 2 feet.
No, yeah, so we can jump across, no problem. I agree. But if worse comes to worse, where we have to spend days,
I
Hacking
can't
around.
swim.
well, neither can I. But when we walked through, the water wasn't that deep. It'd probably come up to your chest.
Well,
I'm around 4'5".
Yeah, it came up to about our waist.
well, we can keep looking or we can keep talking, but we should make a decision.
Is it night? Maybe we can't.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
close.
nighttime yet, but it's always dark in these woods, and night does have a habit of surprising you when you're in such a dimly lit place to begin with.
Well, let's go across.
Yeah.
Or no. Let's keep going. Not across. Let's keep trying to
Okay,
find a way around.
I would keep trying to search as much as is reasonably possible, because we already know what could happen to us in there. If we do have to cross, Ebner, I could try and carry you, I suppose. But I would say we should. I suppose we should keep searching. Yeah.
All right. You keep searching. And sure enough, you find a little spit that goes most of the way out with, maybe a 6-foot gap to a little dry island. And then there's a couple of rocks on the other side of that. And then there's a log that sticks out of the water. And you feel like if you run, you could run and hop and jump across all of these things and get to the other side without any problem.
Nice.
I think this is where we cross, boys.
It's as good as any place I've seen.
Yeah, everyone give me a dex check to cross without slipping and falling in. And if you botch the dex check, how badly you botch it will tell us how badly you suffer. Oh my god, these are all great rolls. Will, is that 31 your dex check?
It sure is.
Wow, you guys hop, skip, and jump across the swamps, end up on the other ridge, can easily circle back to where you saw the drag marks from that second log. And sure enough, the logs drag into an area where they form a road, a path, with one log on one side and the other on the other side, and then more logs beyond them and more logs beyond them, almost like a walkway without any boards across it that just leads into the forest and into the bog.
Well, it
Guys,
looks like
I think we found our Minotaur.
this looks as good as any.
Does it look like there is the road between the logs kind of dry and compact like you'd expect a road, or is there?
No, it looks like someone just has laid logs across the forest.
But does the overgrowth look at all like it's been a little bit more trampled than the stuff around it, or is it just
Give
logs?
me your very best perception check, Jeb.
Okay.
World's greatest perception check. Yeah, you fucking don't know, man.
He said
It's
your
fucking
greatest one.
forest and dirt and shit. Any one spot looks more trampled than the other. It's all relative. How could you even compare?
My heart's just not into it, that's why.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I think
That's
we
it.
should. It's getting pretty late. I think we should go away for a bit. Camp, get some rest for the night.
Camp and come back.
Camp and come back.
Sounds like a good idea.
Take this
Sounds like
on
a
in the
great
morning.
plan.
Sounds fine to me.
So that way we can all get well rested. There's still some light in the day, but instead of cutting it close with our watches and how much sleep we get, we can just rest up from all this travel.
I would agree.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So yeah, we'll probably walk half an hour away from the road,
Okay.
just so that way, if the Minotaur is nocturnal, it's not obvious where we're at.
It has gone mad, so who knows?
Yeah. That madness could be insomnia induced.
True. You might start making movies. Or soap.
Uh-oh. All right,
I
sounds
get
good.
that reference.
All right.
I don't.
Well, that is going to be it for today's desperate measures without any ofs in front of it. I'm just going to make a few quick notes to myself right here so I remember where we leave off and I don't have to scrounge around begging people to remember things on my behalf. Congratulations on surviving. Those Lacrotas aren't necessarily the easiest creatures to fight. That 3d4
really?
bite is tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that how much damage?
3d4 for the damage, 6d8 plus 1 for HP. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 68 plus. Huh. Wow. Okay.
Oh, so he
shit.
rolled pretty low.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because I did. How much damage did I do to that sucker?
Shit whack of damage.
I think it was like 17.
17.
Yeah, it was something north of 15. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It wasn't the 30 on the kobold though.
Oh, no.
That was
No, it wasn't
good.
that much.
That was insane.
That was so
I'm
good.
pretty sure that hit alone would have taken the Lyric-Crota almost completely down.
Yeah.
I
Just taking
believe
its
the
hit.
Lacrota had less than 30 HP.
Oh.
I believe it had like 28 HP. So,
So
was-
that would have straight dome skied it. Okay. I
yeah, you
gotcha.
would have one shot killed it there.
That was a straight up The Rock hit right there.
That was murder.
Okay.
Explosions. Explosions of kobolds in many pieces.
I don't have I've tried numerous times to come up with like a reasonable backstory for why someone would have that much power at level 1, and the only thing I can think of is, man, he spent a long time in those fucking mines.
Yeah, sometimes that's it.
Swinging that hammer. That's all I can think of. Yeah.
And some
Sometimes you're
people are
just
just naturally gifted too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been Desperate Measures. We're going to head out now. We will not be back next week. We're all going to be off for a short break, but we will return the first Sunday in October.
We're not leaving before XP, are we? Are we not getting XP?
Oh,
XP.
XP. Let's do the XP. So you defeated 10 kobolds. And you defeated a Lacrota.
Would you say we defeated the bats with our?
Yeah.
No, you just walked away from the bats.
Do I
We just
get,
left them alone.
someone was telling me I get like XP for like casting spells in battle.
No,
Okay,
no.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but
That's some optional rule bullshit that we're not dealing with this time around.
it's fine.
It's a huge pain in the ass to track, and it's so subjective. It's so easy for it to become metagaming and people yelling at each
Right.
other about what counts as what, and it's
I detect magic on this rock. I detect magic on this.
Technically, I was
detect
using
magic
my
on the-
spells in order to achieve my ends when I detect magic on everything. So she gets XP every time I cast
I was
it.
just gonna go for my darkness.
Yeah.
I don't care.
All
It's
right.
just where it begins.
So
It's just my darkness. I just need this one.
Well, as far as that goes, if we didn't have a cleric, I'd say for a wizard, it's actually pretty straightforward. I cast a spell, I get experience.
Yeah.
yeah, but then it's like, well, I'm going to change out my spells tomorrow, so I'm going to cast these 3 spells tonight before I go to bed,
Right.
and then it's full of metagaming bullshit. Is what
I mean,
it
sure
is.
it is, but then that's when you come in as a DM and say, no, it doesn't count like that. You didn't learn anything from casting these spells.
It's always easier to navigate interpersonal problems than it seems, you know? Or it's always
Sure.
seems easier to
Sure.
navigate them. But you get into arguments with PCs sometimes.
Yeah.
So we did kobolds, you did Lacrota, you visited Stromheim, you avoided the
learned something.
lions, you avoided the
Yeah.
bats,
We
you
avoided the horsemen.
Yep, you avoided the horsemen. I will give you XP for that, for
We avoided
appropriately avoiding them.
We avoided
Uh,
the.
I'd
Dude
say
on
we
the
took
road.
a stance on an intercamp tussle,
That's true. That's true.
even if we had almost little effect on the actual outcome.
You did make a very clear decision where you stand. It's
Right.
definitely worth some role-playing experience for that.
What about the altar thing?
That
I'd
you
say
just
that's
saw and
funny.
walked away from immediately.
We kind of sidestepped that.
We avoided
We
that
sidestepped
shit.
it, like, yeah, not a lot, maybe like 20 to 50.
There's an
XP.
altar with 2 stone carvings that look like dwarves, and everyone's like, no, it's a basilisk or a cockatrice or a Medusa or a gorgon or something.
Probably
Get the fuck
Medusa.
out of here. Let's just
Probably
go.
Medusa. Like an altar like that.
Mm-hmm.
I seem to recall some sort of episode of Dicing with Death.
Oh yeah, Georg got it on with the Medusa.
Yeah.
Oh, we huddled up together.
Yep, he
Yeah.
closed his eyes and just,
Didn't he
know,
have like a blindfold or something?
Wow.
Like,
maybe it was a
he did.
blindfold. I don't remember.
It's just
Kudos
that's
to
what I
him.
remember, and I have no idea the context of that. Like he could have been on the other fucking side of the world actually, and I wouldn't know. But that's just like, no, get the fuck out.
Yeah, that was a
Wouldn't be
weird
that's
surprised
moment.
right.
wouldn't be surprised if that's what came up. So,
We didn't actually huddle up with Ebner, did we? We gave him blankets and we went.
Yeah, we gave
Yeah.
him blankets.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
All right, so why don't you all take home 500 experience for today's session?
Wow.
Damn, I thought that the
Incredible.
Crota would have been worth way more.
Yeah.
Well, now you got to divide between 4 people instead of 3. You know.
That's still only 2,000
Sorry,
XP
guys.
though.
Let's
Said
see
500
here.
even.
500 even
For each of us, right?
for each person.
Okay. Wow. I made more XP last session, huh? Interesting.
Did you get your 10% too?
No, last session we were like 600. So
Yeah, we
Well, I got
6 something.
I had 693. Yeah, for last session. That's what I have.
It's 693 for last session.
Yeah,
The
You would've
fuck in
leveled
my
up.
first session I got 365.
yep,
we were doing
you
stuff
would've leveled
last
up.
Yeah, well, you know, when
Well,
one
that's-
person sits out and the others survive, it's a lot more
Yes.
experience for them.
Actually, wait, no, you would. No, we would have gotten less anyway.
Oh.
So we get so what I would get 10% on the 500, right?
So 550.
Yep,
Okay,
550.
cool, yeah.
Yep.
Got it. Nice. All right.
Awesome.
What is the limit for level 2?
2,000.
All right, cool. Awesome. Nice. Good shit. Fantastic.
Yeah, if we have like one more session like this, you guys
Yeah.
will almost level up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
You will.
502 experience. If I
Yep.
don't level up, I'll be upset.
Unfortunately, I need 752 experience.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yep.
That'll be great.
We need it.
Okay.
I need 635, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
wow,
this has
I'm
been
actually
it.
level first. Huh.
We will be back in October for some more Desperate Measures and a Minotaur's Labyrinth, hopefully. And you're in a swamp where Hagatha is, so maybe you'll run into her again. Or maybe
Please
there'll be
no.
giant leeches, or maybe some throat leeches. They're even better. That's if you drink from a swamp and the leech attaches itself in your throat and then just like drinks from you and swells until you can't breathe. And then it's already in your throat, so you can't get it out. And then you just die. You
Bad
just die.
omens.
I
No,
feel
thank
like
you.
if you don't like lean down and do it, but you like cup your hands and drink that way,
It's all right.
I think that would be fine.
Maybe.
I got create water.
They start small. Start really small.
what I
They
like to
take
hear from
months
the
to kill
cleric.
you.
That's what I like to hear.
Wait, can clerics create water? What? Wait,
Yeah.
what?
They have spells to create water.
That's awesome. Holy shit. Okay, cool.
Purify
Nice.
food and drink. Could do that too.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. All right. We're out.
Okay, good.
Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Boy
Awesome.
body, why nobody bragging about that? Not to be demeaning, but your true calling is carpet cleaning just to get ready for that switch. The day's coming when you're banned on Twitch, and I'm gonna be screaming, ha ha, look at that bitch. That's what I got, boys. Is that fire? Did I get pogs or did I get ha-has?